estamos aquí en Más Flow 107.7 FM, your number one Latino hit station. We have some great guests today. They are from Compra Casa San Diego, su show favorito. De ahora en adelante, todos los sábados y también los domingos, ¿por qué no, verdad? Desde las 8 de la mañana, aquí por Más Flow. What's up, party people?
Yeah, buenos días.
Tenemos
Buenos
a David.
días.
David, tenemos a Ángela. Sí, también Ricardo y Mirna.
Muy buenos días.
Buenos días, buenos días. Ellos nos van a hablar de lo fácil que es comprar casa, ¿cierto?
Así es.
Cierto.
La gente, nuestra comunidad piensa, uy, ¿cómo lo voy a hacer? Va a estar difícil. Nada de eso, porque ustedes son el equipo perfecto para encargarse de no solamente conseguir las casas, pero los préstamos, financiamiento y
Así
todo
es.
ese rollo, ¿verdad?
Exactamente.
Vamos a hablar de esto. We're going to talk about buying your home, being either a first-time home buyer or not.
Or
Doesn't
returning
matter,
buyer, yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And we have the perfect team, right?
Thank you.
Compra Casa San Diego. David.
Yeah, well, what can I say? Thank you guys first and foremost for taking the time out of your day to listen to us. We really appreciate your time. Really, this is your show. This is your show to, get yourself familiarized with what it takes to buy a house, which surprisingly isn't as hard as you might think. And that's what we're here for, is to give you guys some information, give you guys some education. We want you to feel empowered and feel comfortable. We want you to buy a house. Nobody wants to rent. Why pay your landlord's rent when you can buy, your own house and pay your own rent ultimately? So just thank you guys very much. I appreciate it.
Es un muy buen punto. He's got, ¿para qué vas a tirar el dinero pagando renta, verdad?
Tienes
¿Cómo la
que
ves?
ser tu propio
Destino.
es tu casa. Compra Casa San Diego. Por eso estamos aquí, para que puedan ir entendiendo, sabiendo qué bien son los pasos para ir comprando una casa.
Así
Entonces,
es, así es. ¿Cómo la ves, Ángela?
Sí, pues es fácil. Buying a home, a lot of people are scared. They don't know what steps to take, and I think for us, it's most about education, making sure that we teach people the process, how they can be qualified, and then just getting out there to go look and get the home of their dreams.
Perfecto, perfecto. Y en cuanto a préstamos, Myrna, what do you think?
La verdad es facilísimo comprar casa. Lo que ocupan básicamente es estar preparados, y para eso estamos aquí, para educarlos, para darles el support that our community needs.
That's right.
And
Así es.
just listen to us. We're here to guide you guys and get you into a home.
Así es, así es. Compra Casa San Diego. We're live here. 107.7 FM, Más Flow. Ricardo,
Hola, hola, buenos días.
what is up, buddy?
What's up? Well, super excited to be here. And, everybody gets caught up in the buzz.
That's right.
And, there's so much information out there in regards to buying a house. And people get caught up and they think like, oh, no, the crash, the interest rates, it's impossible. It's too expensive.
But they're still paying rent.
But they're still paying rent. And the
and
rents
rent's
are still
going up. Right.
And that's not
Right.
going to change. I mean,
Right.
San Diego is a desirable, place to live, and people are always going to want to
We
live.
we
in San
live where
Diego.
people vacation.
Exactly.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? Basically, we want to just show people the reality of what it really is like in San Diego, and how easy it is to own. I mean, yes, you have to put in work, just like everything else.
That's right.
But it's achievable, and we want the Hispanic community to thrive and
No
to
doubt.
grow.
That's right. That's right. Before, when we were setting up sound and everything, I was talking to the team here, and San Diego could be very well affordable as far as buying a house, because people that live here are already spending money, like you said, renting, right? So why pay somebody else when you can actually invest in your own home?
Absolutely.
Correct?
Absolutely. That's
I mean,
what
some
it's
people
about.
are paying more in rent than a mortgage.
That's right.
In
That's
most cases, surprisingly, yeah.
Yep, yeah. I was inquiring about renting up in the Otay Ranch, East Lake area, $4,000.
Yeah.
And
Starting.
people are paying for that. So why not get ready
Correct.
and pay your own mortgage?
Correct. So, bien rapidito, nada más para resumir, estamos aquí con el gran equipo de Compra Casa San Diego, con David, con Angela, con Mirna y con Ricardo. Yep, this is the perfect team if you're looking to buy a house. Also, si ustedes dicen, no, pues, pero ¿cómo lo voy a hacer? Está difícil. No es nada difícil y es muy posible. Es un sueño muy alcanzable. You can make it happen. They can help you make it happen with you. Now, real quick, before we jump to the next thing, let's start with David, and then we'll go around because everybody has something to bring to the team. So
Correct.
tell us about it.
Shoot, where to start? I mean, I'll just make this quick. I'm born and raised in San Diego. My family's from Tijuana. Lived all my life in San Isidro, South Bay, 92154, for those of us who know.
Right, you.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. And really, I've been in real estate for over 22 years now. I am really here to make myself as a resource to you. I really can't stress how important it is for you guys listening to, eventually call us in and ask questions or send us some DMs through Instagram. Whatever's easiest for you guys, we want to make sure that we're here as a resource for you all.
Compra Casa San Diego. Don't forget it. Compra Casa San Diego. Angela, a ver, y tú también eres gran parte del equipo. Tell us about it.
I sure am, and this is my husband, David.
Power couple.
Yeah.
We actually we are definitely from the South Bay. I grew up in San Isidro, 92173. I'm right next to Tijuana, and so went to high school, went to Montgomery, and so I'm local. Growing up still in the South Bay with my kids in Chula Vista, and I think for me bringing this to the table, it's just really important to bring the education because Latinos were hit very hard during the foreclosure market. They were the biggest segment of the demographic group that lost their homes. And so there is a lot of trust issues. There's a lot of fear that will happen again because it's very traumatic. So I think right now, the most important thing that we can do and provide is people education and value and guidance on how to, if you haven't already been a part of it, to reconnect into the housing market, learn what you've learned when you did lose your home or if you had a home that you lost. Or if you're thinking about buying something and how to buy maybe with your tia or your grandma or somebody, we can make it happen for sure.
Perfect. That's a great point. Más que nada, la confianza, the trust. Y yo creo que la experiencia que ustedes tienen, los cuatro, it brings a lot to the table. We can trust you. People that are listening right now, if you have any questions, I'm going to go ahead and give you the number now, 619-719-5029. You can reach this awesome team for Compra Casa San Diego at 619-719-5029. Una vez más, si quieren que alguien les ayude a comprar su casa, es muy posible. Ellos lo hacen posible. Llámenle al 619-719-5029. Una vez más, 619-719-5029. Vamos con Mirna. A ver, Mirna, y tú, ¿qué opinas de esto que estábamos hablando, de la confianza, de los años de experiencia? Y que queremos ayudarle a todos los radioescuchas y a todos los que nos están viendo en este video podcast que quieren comprar casa o que desean hacerlo.
Pues miren, la verdad es muy fácil. Yo tengo desde los 19 años en este negocio. Yo soy de Tijuana, mis papás de Tijuana y mi mamá del Rosario, Sinaloa.
Tiene como 2 años nada más entonces.
Algo así. En el 85 mi papá nos emigró a San Diego. Entré a la primaria a los 8 años. A los 19 años empecé en el negocio y hagan la suma, que tengo bastantes, pero poquitos años en el negocio. Nobody's counting. Pero lo que más me atrae en ese negocio es de que podemos ayudar a la gente a hacer algo que piensan que es imposible. Mientras tengan trabajo, sean luchones, aquí estamos para guiarlos y ayudarlos. Solamente es darnos la oportunidad, la confianza y la verdad que les podemos ayudar.
Perfecto. Aquí estamos de nuevo. Compra Casa San Diego, su show matutino los sábados y los domingos por Más Flow 107.7 FM, your number one Latino hit station. Estamos hablando de cómo este gran equipo de profesionistas en este negocio de bienes raíces les van a ayudar a hacer su sueño posible de comprar casa. Ricardo, cuéntanos por favor, ¿qué opinas tú de que si la gente, la comunidad que nos escucha ahora pueden hacer su sueño de realidad y comprar esa casa?
Claro que sí. Bueno, mira, yo soy Ricardo, Chicano, San Diegan. I grew up in Sherman Heights, back in the days when in Sherman Heights was the hood. But it's not the hood no more. But I went to Sherman, graduated from Claremont High School, go Chieftains. And my dad from Tijuana, my mom from Zacatecas. And, you know, I feel like I can relate to a lot of people as, like, you know, your average Joe. My parents didn't really have an education. We were, you know, poor. We were government kids, living off of welfare. And so, you know, all I can remember is being evicted from one place to the next. And all I could think about is, oh, I wish we had our own house. And now I actually have the honor to work with so many first-time buyers that are able to achieve the American dream. And a lot of these people are people who, you know,
Just
when
like
I
us.
first met, oh, I don't think it's possible,
Yeah.
you know, but I'm going to give it a try. And when I get the opportunity to hand over those keys and see their faces,
Very
and
rewarding.
it's so rewarding. And so it's definitely achievable. You just need to
Give it a
manifest
try.
it and you know, put in the work and call us and talk to us.
That's
you know?
right.
We'll set you on the right path.
Yeah, call us. Call us.
Así es, así es. Pueden hacer su sueño realidad. Es muy posible, muy posible. Llámenle a este gran equipo: David, Angela, Mirna, Ricardo. 619-719-5029. Compra Casa San Diego. You can do it. They can help you. 619-719-5029. Llámenle. No cuesta nada llamarles. Es completamente gratis. 619-719-5029. Volvemos después de esto. Buenos días, San Diego. Estamos de regreso aquí con nuestros amigos de Compra Casa San Diego, este gran equipo. ¿Saben qué? Me encantó. I loved it. The previous segment was awesome.
Thank you.
We got to know each one of you. Todos se introducieron, sí. Sabemos que traen un gran número de cosas para ayudarnos a toda nuestra comunidad que nos escucha. Y no importa si eres latino, si eres de donde sea. El realizar tu sueño americano, buy a house, it's awesome. I think it's the ultimate goal for most families. Y si ustedes pueden ayudarles, pues qué más que eso. Perfecto. Vamos a seguir con esto, ¿no? Vamos a hablar de cómo es el proceso, qué tan fácil es comprar tu casa, que te financien, ¿cierto? Pero voy a dar otra vez el número, porque mientras nos escuchan, quieren saber, hey, yo tengo esta pregunta, esta otra pregunta, que les llamen, ¿ok? El número para que les llamen a David o a Ángela o a Mirna o Ricardo es el 619-719-5029. 619-719-5019. You can reach them Monday through Friday or
24/7.
25/8.
25/7.
25/8, anytime. I love it. 619-719-5029. 619-719-5029. You want to buy a house? You want a great team behind you to make it easier? Get in contact with them at 619-719-5029 para que realicen su sueño. A ver, vamos a ir a la siguiente. El tema es comprar casa. ¿Cómo la ves tú, David? ¿Qué es lo que nos dices ahora?
La pregunta es, ¿cuándo es buen tiempo comprar casa?
Ok.
¿Verdad?
Ok.
Ahorita es buen tiempo comprar casa.
Siempre es buen tiempo para comprar
Siempre
casa.
es buen tiempo comprar casa. Like we mentioned earlier, you know, when is a good time to buy? Right now, it is always a great time to buy in San Diego. I can't stress that enough. You guys keep in mind of where we live. Shoot, imagine living in Buffalo or somewhere like, you know, I mean, we live in the greatest place on earth. This is San Diego, California.
Kansas,
We have the yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, really what we're trying to get across is the important steps and how easy it is to buy a house. But there are important steps within that process, and ultimately we want to help educate you on that, give you an idea of what it takes. And I promise you that once you're done listening to these shows, you'll have a better understanding and really feel that much more comfortable in knowing what's going on. So, you know, with that being said, you know, Mirna is here. She's the mortgage financier, the mortgage banker here with us. She's going to be able to give you the important steps, tips, and tricks on what it takes. But really, you know, again, I can't stress how important it is for you guys out there to ask questions. we want to make sure that we are here as a resource for you all. So
I think also it's important to know that 40% of Latinos aged 40 and under are actually mortgage ready. They can actually buy now. There's just a lot of education that needs to go out there. And there's 50% labor force growth in the last 10 years. So we have a lot of Latinos, Hispanics, Chicanos. We're making money, we have good jobs, but we're renting and we're paying someone else's mortgage. So it's time to really get organized and to really put the steps in place so that you can be a homeowner.
before you buy that Corvette or that Mustang,
Yes.
give us a call, please.
Or the lowrider.
Oh, the
Right.
the
Or the lowrider.
You guys, it's all about perspective and kind of what's important. But believe me, ultimately, you want to take that first step. So
Tienen toda la razón. El comprar una casa es fortalecer el futuro,
Así es.
realizar un mejor futuro para la familia. Yo creo que es muy importante, invertir, invest in your future. And real estate, you can't go wrong, right? You can't go wrong. Comprar tu casa para tu familia, para ti, para tu pareja. Yo creo que es excelente. Myrna, you were going to talk to us about
Yes.
the loan
Yes.
area.
So basically, it's very easy. Honestly, it's very easy for you to own your home. Basically, as long as you've been working for the past 2 years, or even if you took some time off because of COVID, you still have the opportunity to buy. The first thing is call us. We're here to support you. Hold your hand and get you ready. Necesitan un historial de 2 años de trabajo, un crédito decente. Les digo decente porque puede ser 580. Si lo tienen más bajo, de todos modos estamos aquí para ayudarlos. Yo los agarro de la mano, les digo lo que tenemos que hacer juntos y eventualmente ese crédito va a subir. Un poco de ahorros. También tenemos programas de asistencias. Hay programas que les dan 3% para el enganche, 3% para los gastos, el vendedor les puede ayudar. Hay varias opciones. Entonces, básicamente, el primer paso es, ¿quieren comprar casa? Llámenos. Estamos para servirlos y la verdad, sí es fácil, solamente necesito que se comuniquen con nosotros, déjenos guiarlos y eventualmente van a poder ser dueños de casa.
I think Myrna can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but even if you were going to school these past 2 years and I think like state just graduated and maybe you already have a job lined up and they gave you
Correct.
some kind of employment letter stating how much you're going to be making, you can qualify to buy a
Yes.
house. Even you haven't even started your job yet. But you
Correct.
just got out of school and maybe you got into engineering or whatever, you're becoming a nurse.
You're right, and I didn't mention that. So let's say that, you just finished your university, and then you decide to get a job in the medical field. As long as you have a background in education, you only need a 1 year. So there's
Damn.
always a way.
There's always a way.
There's always a way, and us, we're here to help, and we really truly mean that.
Great. Mirna, y dices que les pueden llamar. Ahora, ¿la llamada es gratis?
Oh, la calificación es gratis.
Comuníquense con este gran equipo al 619-719-5029. Compra Casa San Diego, 619-719-5029. The call is free.
The
Okay?
qualification is free.
And the qualification, great. 619-719-5029. Compra Casa San Diego. We'll be back right after this.
Let's go.
Perfect.
Nice.
Te faltaron 5 segundos. ¿Qué
Very good.
That was a good conversation.
That was wonderful.
So what are we talking about next?
The 30-second commercial?
If this is the last segment,
Do we do
Let's
like
finish
the rent?
with- yeah, the
versus-
rent.
Yeah, let's do the rent.
the rent and make sure that they tune in next week.
Yeah.
Or
I think
is that
I
where
think
you
the
come in
I
and-
think we go. I think it's good
Oh, yeah,
to
the rent.
go into like
Yeah.
everybody needs a place to live and
Yeah.
everyone's
Did you guys say that Compra Casas is the actual the Spotify that you guys are going to have and all of
Compra
that?
Casa San Diego is. I got the website. I own the web address, so
yeah.
then we'll create everything off of that.
You're talking about the rent, so it should be good.
Yeah.
Right.
So, on the average, a renter in San Diego is paying
They
Let's say
just
on average, you're about 3,500 for the whole county.
they just said yesterday
average.
2750 is a 1 bedroom.
Yeah.
okay
That's
for
the
a one
yeah.
bedroom.
Yes.
Now, if you buy a house,
let's say you're
Well,
at
that's hard.
3,200,
Yeah,
right? 3,200. So
3,500.
3,500.
So you're not far away.
You're not that far off.
For two
Okay,
bedroom?
I think we should hit on that
Tiny.
point before we close the show.
Okay.
Sí.
All you guys.
Okay.
So
Girl,
okay, so if you want, since I started, do you want to jump in first and talk about rent versus buying?
No,
then
I
he
want
can-
Ricardo because he didn't get to really talk last
Right,
time.
okay, so
you
then-
start.
you two could take
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can bounce off
Renting,
each other.
Yeah.
And you too, once when it
Yeah.
comes to the numbers.
But
I
see.
think when we start talking about numbers, you need to be like,
Okay.
look, you know, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, but who's he gonna turn to
Yeah,
first?
we're
Oh,
gonna
just-
Ricardo.
Okay, cool.
Okay. All right. So we have another 7 minutes. This is the last segment.
Okay.
We're talking
Okay.
about renting.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We're talking about renting, we're talking about,
Rent versus buy.
The
Rent
rent
versus
versus
buy.
buy.
but then Gina mentioned something about, oh no, I think you
Yeah,
got it.
right.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm curious
Okay.
about
All
this.
right. I love it. All right. Let's do it.
Wait, hold on. It's just this.
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
Buenos
Yo.
días. Buenos
Buenos
días, San
días.
Diego.
Good
Gente bonita de
morning.
Tijuana.
Let's
Gente
go.
bonita de San Diego. Thank you for tuning in. Más Flow 107.7 FM, your number one Latino hit station. I'm with a wonderful group of people, a great real estate and loan team. That's right. With Compra Casa San Diego, David, Angela, Myrna, and Ricardo. We have had the pleasure of having you here most of this
Thank
half
you.
hour this morning. And we want to thank you because what we're doing here is we're getting everybody educated, including myself, about the home buying market, right?
Yeah.
And lo que estábamos hablando, what we were saying is, before we came back, is that a lot of people are paying an average of, I think Angela mentioned 2,700.
Yes. So right now the average for a one bedroom is a little over $2,700 a
Wow,
month.
isn't that
Rent.
incredible?
Crazy.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
And
So-
people are paying for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
So people are paying an average of $2,700 or so for a one-bedroom apartment in San Diego. Now, get this. It could be as low as $3,500.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
correct.
Definitely.
It could be as low as $3,500 to own your home.
Yep.
O sea, si tú estás rentando y estás invirtiéndole cada mes de tu arduo trabajo, de estar sudando y trabajando y le das $2,700 al que te renta, esos son para él. No son
Así
para
es.
ti ni para tu casa. Pero comprar casa te cuesta unos $100 más.
Unos 500,
sí,
800,
y por
800,
500,
perdón.
800
Yeah.
más y eres dueño de tu casa. Y este equipo te va a ayudar.
Yes.
Sí, ellos te ayudan. Vamos a hablar un poquito más de esto, Ricardo.
Sí, buenos días. So, I mean, just to put things into perspective, I'm sure a lot of people out there either know a family or have been in this situation where you've been living in this house for 20 plus years, right? Your kids have grown up in this house and you've been renting your whole entire life because you think that you can't own, like most people, right? And then boom, what happens? The landlord says, hey, I'm gonna sell.
Knock,
Co-
knock.
knock, knock. Hey, you know what? COVID has changed a lot of things, and I'm gonna cash out on all the equity that you put into my house,
Right.
Exactly.
and now you have to go.
Slap in the face.
And I mean, we see this happening more frequently now, especially with the way COVID has changed everything. And so it's just money down the drain. You're putting all this money into this rental that's never going to be yours. And at the end, you get stuck with zero. And then guess what happens? Now you have to go rent and pay the current rent prices.
Oh, hell no.
Well, I get it all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, oh, I can't afford this, but how much have you been paying towards a home that it's not yours?
Right.
Now you're concerned with the interest rates, but the interest rates on a rental, they're over 100%, and you're asking why I'm giving you a current rate of 5%. 5% is not a
Which
high
is
interest rate.
still an incredible rate. And I'm sure you guys
Exactly.
listening out there have heard interest rates are going up. And they're expected to continue to go up. Fed's already stated he's going to get,
They're
at
going
least
back
another...
to the normal rate.
Right.
Which is, yeah, you're right, exactly. It was an abnormal interest rate as low as they were. And for those who locked in,
100%.
that's pretty
Right.
cool.
The COVID rate is dead.
It's done.
Right. But the thing to think about too is if you were getting displaced because sellers were going to be selling, because a lot of sellers are capitalizing on the market, is where do you go? Because there is not a lot of homes on the market as rentals either. So we have a lot of families that need bigger homes with yards or places that they're just not available and they're at a premium. So landlords can ask for 3 months in advance. They can ask for a little bit more. And all of that's really going to matter. And imagine getting that notice and then having to now get figured out about the move. Where am I going to move? I mean, we've had situations where some of the families were barely signing a lease the day before they had to move because there was nothing on the market.
I just thought of something, and maybe there's somebody out there that's listening to this, and maybe they did get that notice from their landlord. You may want to think about talking to Myrna and getting pre-qualified. You might actually be able to buy that house from your landlord. I mean, it's happened. It wouldn't be the first time it's happened to us. It definitely won't be the last. I just thought of something like that. Thought I'd throw it out there because I want to make sure that
It's great information.
know.
Yeah.
And then also, I mean, renting is just as hard, if not
To
harder,
qualify, right,
than
for
getting a
rent,
house.
right.
Because if, the excuse is, oh, I don't have perfect credit. Well, guess what? You're going to be going to rent something where the renting standards are a lot higher now.
Right.
Now, if you're competing with 20 other families for this rental, guess who they're going to pick? They're going to pick the person with the best credit. So why not start working on your credit now so that you can get into your own house?
Right, and they may not let you have pets, or they may have limitations
And
on this.
surprisingly
and so,
enough,
yeah.
for most of the mortgage programs out there, you don't have to have perfect credit. You don't have to have a
That's why
7.
we have those down payment assistance, because they're not for the perfect family, aka credit,
Right.
savings, work history. That's why we're here.
Así es, si nos estás escuchando aquí a través de Más Flow 107.7, your number one Latino hit station, estamos con este gran grupo de Compra Casa San Diego. Ya han estado escuchando esta media hora. El objetivo es ayudarle a toda la comunidad a comprar casa. ¿Por qué? Porque de todos modos están rentando los $2,700, etcétera, que pagan, los pueden invertir en su propia casa y nomás les faltaría algunos cientos de dólares, no mucho, y serían dueños en lugar de regalar ese dinero a alguien más. Entonces, les voy a dar el número para que se pongan en contacto con David o con Ángela o con Mirna. Or you can also call Ricardo, toll free. ¿Por qué digo eso? Es gratis. La llamada es gratis al 619-719-5029. 619-719-5029. The call is completely free. If you have any question regarding home buying process, or if you qualify, if you don't, if you want to see a listing, call them as soon as you can. They'll be available 24/7.
25-8.
25-8. I love that. Yeah.
Let's go.
619-719-5029. 619-719-5029. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
being
Thank you,
here
guys.
with us.
Yeah, appreciate
Compra
it.
Casa San Diego. We'll be back next week.
Vamos.
Yes!
All right. Woo!